behalf of Seva, I welcome you to a very special session in which a very sensitive and yet a very important topic is going to be discussed. Seva is a registered society established by our founder president, Mrs. Mamta Trivedi, with an objective of supporting women to progress in the chosen fields. It is a platform which encourages them to work for making a positive difference to the society. Mrs. Trivedi is Pride of Telangana awardee, Goodwill Ambassador of Akshay Patra Foundation, Mrs. India winner, Mrs. Asia International World winner, and Regional Director of Mrs. India Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. She supports several social causes such as fight against depression, female hygiene, environmental protection, etc., among others. Seva members have taken up several causes such as creating awareness about breast cancer, supporting children with special needs, sponsoring the training of nurses, and providing critical care to elderly, creating awareness about suicide prevention and fighting gender inequality. ARPAN is an award winning organization working hard to address the issue of child sexual abuse in India by providing prevention and intervention of services to child and adults. Since 2006, ARPAN has reached out to over 280 children, adolescents, and adults through its services of prevention and intervention. ARPAN has won 6 national level awards and 2 international level awards for their exemplary work so far, including the prestigious WISE Award 2019. It is now my pleasure to introduce Ms. Nehal Parekh. Nehal Parekh, a Masters of Social Work, has been working in the development sector for over 14 years, including 7 years of government of UK. As a lead child protection practitioner, apart from working with the national organizations such as Akansha Foundation, Make a Wish Foundation, and Justice and Care, mainly in the field of child rights and education. She is associated with ARPAN and is now a director, Prevention and Resource Development Verticals. She is associated with ARPAN since 2017. Can we play the welcome video of Ms. Nehal Parekh, please? Mrs. Courageous 2020, second runner-up, Mrs. India Telangana 2020 is in the Mrs. category, and a Seva member, J. Eugene Sagia Rani, is a nurse by profession, art and handwriting teacher by passion, and an entrepreneur. Eugene is a bold, brave, and creative woman. Eugene is working very passionately in the cause of spreading awareness again about child safety prevention of child sexual abuse by sharing her experience. Welcome, Mrs. Eugene. I request you to take over the baton from now.
Thank you so much for the warm welcome. And welcome, Nehal ma'am. It's my pleasure to have you on board.
Thank you. It's absolutely our pleasure also to be here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I would like to go into the discussion. And yes, we know all about you, this introduction, but I want to know more about your passion. What have driven you towards this kind of a topic, like this kind of a area where you're focusing for 14 years actually?
Well, I am not sure about the passion bit, but I think what really inspires me, to do what I do is just children themselves. I think children have so much of resilience in them, and there's so much to learn from them. The openness to actually learn new things, to adapt, to adjust. And I think just the drive to live is just so strong in children. I think that's what really inspires me. I think if I talk about my journey at Arpan for the past 5.5 years, I think for it's not just for me, but for every Arpanite, I think what really drives us to do what we do every day is, to see positive impact of our work on children. Every time a child comes and, shares about a disclosure, or every time we see how, our counseling services help children deal with the impact of, the trauma that they've gone through, I think just those positive changes really inspire us. And I think that's really where all the passion comes from.
Yes, it's just wonderful. No, because I can completely relate. And yes, this initiative of Child Safety Week is such a great initiative that I can say that what was the origin of it?
So Child Safety Week, honestly, is a people-led movement. It was basically, initiated with the objective to raise awareness on the issue of child sexual abuse, and also to encourage collective action towards addressing the issue. The entire week, which is 14th November to 20th of November, it's actually around key, very, very important dates that are related to children, to child rights and child safety. 14th November, as we all know, is Children's Day in India. 19th November is World Day for the Prevention of Child Abuse. And 20th November is International Children's Day. So the idea was that why not have an entire week which is dedicated to actually have conversations around child safety, around the issue of child sexual abuse, which actually requires that much of attention. So Arpan actually launched, this entire movement last year for the first time in 2019, and we saw it. And during that entire week, we actually saw 123 organizations participate in Child Safety Week. We had over 90,000 pledges, that were taken, and appeals were made for child safety. Almost 196 activities, including rallies, awareness sessions, poster making, were conducted by various individuals and organizations. During that week, through the online engagement, we were able to reach out to almost 6 lakh people. And so that's where it all started. I think for this year, the main focus, I think, for Child Safety Week is really to break the barriers of communication, to actually break the taboo that is so associated with communications around the issue of child sexual abuse. I mean, we all know, the topic of sex or the topic of sexual abuse is not a topic that people want to really talk about. It's still considered to be a taboo by many. There's a lot of shame and embarrassment associated with that. And I think the objective of Child Safety Week, the aim of Child Safety Week 2020 this year, is really somewhere to address and to break those taboos and to open the doors of communication, to encourage more people to come forward and to come together to think about what is it that we all can do around this issue. And so I think I would actually urge people to come forward
Yeah.
and use this platform.
Yes, definitely, definitely, ma'am. It's still a taboo, and yes, Arpan is doing such a great job, and we are happy to partner for that too. And as you mentioned, we all know just child safety, I mean, Children's Day, but nobody is aware of Prevention Day, Child Sexual Abuse Prevention. Such a great initiative. So, being in this field for so many years, and you have seen many types of mindset in our society. So, what do you think people nowadays have a mindset of?
I think, to be honest, there has been a shift. You know, there has been a slow shift. Of course, we have a very long way to go, but it's important to acknowledge that there has been a bit more openness to address the issue. For instance, Arpan has been working since 2006, and we've been implementing, our personal safety education program with various schools, which is basically a life skills module, that enables children to identify unsafe situations and to seek help. I think when we started working, it was very difficult to convince schools, to convince parents, to actually allow us to go and work with children. But I think over the years, we've seen that shift. And, today we have organizations, today we have schools, coming to us, requesting us to, to actually come and talk to their children and talk to their parents about the issue. In our parents trainings, in our, interaction with teachers, we've seen far more number of adults actually attending, engaging, asking questions, so I would say that yes, that there has been a positive shift, although it's slow. I think we just require, to kind of continue to put in the effort. I would also like to say that, various government initiatives have also played a very, very significant role in bringing about this shift, So, for instance, we've seen a lot of states requesting us to come and do training programs with their teachers on how to address the issue of child sexual abuse. We've seen, training programs being requested on how to implement the personal safety education program with children in the classrooms. So I would say that, also the government initiatives that we have seen have been extremely helpful. For instance, Arpan's personal safety education program has been integrated into the life skills education curriculum at the national level under the Ayushman Bharat Yojana, which is basically a joint initiative between the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare and the Ministry of Education. So yes, there is a shift. No matter how slow, I think it's important, and we must continue, to work towards a more open environment where these
Yes.
topics are discussed.
Yes, ma'am, definitely with consistent work. Every nook and corner should have this positive attitude, as I feel. And yes, so many parents, as per the results I was searching on, so many parents don't talk to their children about safe and unsafe touch. Like they talk about like to be safe, but not specifically about this. So what I would suggest you to give a piece of advice to the parents why it is important to teach them about safe and unsafe.
I think if you ask me what is the advice that we need to give parents, or for that matter, any adult caregiver, I think the advice would be communicate, talk, talk to your children consistently, regularly. It's so, I think what we really need to understand is that if as adults we find it so difficult to talk about topics like private body parts, safe and unsafe touches, it's going to be all the more difficult for children to come and talk about it to you. And as parents, it's important to make children believe that uh, talking about private body parts is as normal as talking about your legs and your hands, just the way you need to take care of the other parts of your body, and you need to know the names of, the other parts of the body. It's also as normal as that to learn names of your private body parts. And I think unless and until we as adults, break those barriers of shame and embarrassment associated with these topics, it's going to be very difficult for children to come and talk about it. Very often when we work with survivors of child sexual abuse, especially children, we see so many times, that they have so much of shame and guilt associated, that if somebody touched my private body parts, it must be my fault. I would have done something wrong, or I shouldn't go and talk about it because people don't talk about this topic. And I think these are things that abusers sometimes use to actually build that kind of a relationship with children where they have easy access. They actually can continue the abuse without the fear of the child going and asking for help, so as parents or as carers, it's important for us to break those barriers. It's important to tell children that what is safe touch, what is an unsafe touch, that if somebody touches your private body parts or talks about them or looks at your private parts, apart from keeping you clean and healthy, apart from that, if somebody else is doing this, then it's unsafe, and it's not your fault, and it's important to go and talk to a trusted adult. It's important to build that trusting relationship with your children, so that if they are in an unsafe situation, they will come and ask for help. It's important to it's important to remind children that it's nothing to feel shy about, it's nothing to feel guilty about. And it's so important to build that self-esteem and that confidence in a child, that if I feel unsafe, and if I go and talk about it, I will get some support there. So I would say I think communicating is so important. One more thing that I'd like to highlight here is this whole word called secret game. Many a times we have seen children coming in and sharing that I did not go and tell somebody because I was told that it's a secret that I need to keep. It's a secret game that we were playing. And it just makes us as adults realize that it's so important to explain to a child what is a safe secret and what is an unsafe secret. you know that anything related to private parts cannot be a safe secret, and you don't have to play such games, or you don't have to keep such things uh, you know secret, and it's important to go and talk about it. So I would say, unless and until we communicate with children, unless and until we normalize, these very taboo topics with children, and if we show them that yes, there is a trusting person, there is a helpful adult that I can always reach out to if I feel unsafe, without the fear of being blamed, without the fear of being asked to stop the behavior, or I think it's important for children to have that trust. So yes, I would say communication, consistent, regular, and open, very important for us as parents, teachers, caregivers, because none of us can be with children 24/7. So it's important for children to understand and to develop skills, to identify what is an unsafe situation, what is a safe situation. If I am in an unsafe situation, whom can I go to? How can I ask for help? And that's exactly what Arpan's personal safety education program does. To talk about these things to children.
It's just wonderful. I have to mention that I learned new things today. We have something called a secret game, and that has to be taught to kids. Yes, that was so informative, and thank you so much, ma'am, for this. I learned a lot. Thank
Well,
you.
I'd like to just,
Yes.
I mean, while we were talking about Child Safety Week, I think, it's probably also important for, people listening to us, just to have some idea of, what is it that they can really do during this week. I mean, of course, it's great to encourage people to participate, but, I would also kind of just like to suggest a few things that, or just kind of throw up a few more ideas of what we all as adults, as individuals, as organizations can do during the Child Safety Week. I'd just like to throw a bit of light
Sure, sure.
on that. I mean, firstly, I think just start by creating more awareness on the issue of child sexual abuse. So, you can conduct awareness sessions or training programs with your different stakeholders, employees, staff members, parents, teachers, and talk about the issue. You can also share resources, related to child safety in your network. So Arpan has various interactive resources, both for children as well as for caregivers, which are available on our eLearn platform, which is arpanelearn.com. I would encourage, people to access these resources, to share it amongst your networks. Also encourage, schools and NGOs that to include personal safety education program in their curriculum, because we've seen with research, with studies, that it's important to repeat messages of personal safety with children for them to be able to actually remember them, and to actually use those skills. So I would say, if you know of any schools or NGOs, please encourage them to include personal
Yeah,
safety
sure.
as a part of their curriculum. We also have, I mean, I would say you can also engage with us, or, on social media, and, do things like, for example, resharing our social media posts, participating in, our Twitterthon, following Child Safety Week on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Arpan has initiated a very interesting campaign. It's called It Can, We Can, where we have a series of 7 short videos, which, cover various aspects of child sexual abuse. So, just something that I spoke about right now around secret game, and how, the process of grooming happens, the impact of CSA, various facts and myths around child sexual abuse. So there are 7 short videos. You could add your logo, to these videos, and share it amongst your network, which would be a great idea to actually spread awareness. I would also say that, if you're especially working with children, if there are any organizations or any schools or shelter homes working with children, it's important to have a child protection policy. So, if you don't have one, this is probably a good week to start working on it. And, you could contact Arpan if you require support with that. Training your staff members on how to address the issue of CSA if it's happening, or how to respond to children. So I would say these are, some ways in which we all can take some action, and, some small steps towards creating a more open environment, a more safer environment for children during this week.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. So I'm a person who believes in a small step can make a big change. Yes, definitely, ma'am. Yes, looking forward. Yes, thank you so much. And yeah, over to you, Anchor.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mrs. Nehal Parekh, for presenting your thoughts. And like, I personally was loving to hear you, and it was really a pleasure to hear you. I
Thank
think it was a very useful session. Like, I got to know few things, although I just left school, but I never knew about such things. Expecting to present Mrs. Nehal with an memento.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That was lovely.
Thank you so much. Thanks for watching this. Please spread the word and do our bit that we can. Every small step makes a difference. With this, we come to an end of the session, and thanks for watching.